What's up guys, this is Gautam Johar and today we are going to see that how you can automate the VROPS operations, basically VM power on operations in VROPS. Okay, so when I say that automate, it means that if VROPS detect any given virtual machine is powered off, then it will instantly power on without any intimation, without any asking. It will directly power on that particular virtual machine. Okay, so as I have mentioned in my blog that there is a set of series of action which you need to follow one by one in order to achieve this automation successfully. Okay, so what I have mentioned on my blog is, first of all, you need to create a policy. So now you're going to see how to create a policy. So basically we are going to see many VROPS actions in this video, so it will be very beneficial for you guys. If you don't know about all these things, then I would suggest to watch this video till the last. Okay, so let's see how you can create the video. How you can create the policy first of all. So this is the VROPS guys. So this is the VROPS version 8.2, 8.0. So in this 8.0 version, you will see a few options differently as compared to other VROPS versions like 6.2, 6.5, 7.0, 7.2, 7.1, etc. So click on administration guys to create a policy, and then on the left pane side you see these policies. Click here and then set it down. You get two options here. One is the active policy, second is the policy library. So in our case I have created a policy vcnodes underscore policy. So to create a new policy you need to click here. As you can see, a green plus icon, just hit it and it will add a new policy and will ask a few information from your side. You need to give those information and then hit on save, and this is done. So rather than creating a new policy, because I have already created a one, I will edit this policy and will show you what information I have given in this. Okay, so first of all, as you are aware, you have to give it a name. Okay, so give it a name, vcnodes underscore policy. I have given in my case. In your case you can give anything you want, and then scroll it down. You need not to touch any other thing in this policy wizard. You just need to click on number 6, which says alert and symptom definition. Okay, so as of now in this stage I will not do anything. I will not do the alert and symptom definition addition. I just give it a name and then we'll save it. That's it guys, because it will be a bit confusing if I do all the things right away. Okay, so what I have done is I have just created a blank policy and click on save. That's it. Okay, so here our first step is completed. The second step is create a custom group. So let's see how to create a custom group. In my previous post I have already given you detail about the custom group, but video was not there, so today I will show you how to create a custom group as well. So if you click the environment, then you have this custom group plus icon. Click on green icon, give it a name. Okay, so rather than creating a new one, because I have already created one, I'll show you. No, that was always, yeah, always on VM group. So you could select and click on the pencil button, and here also you can select this edit group icon, and then I named it always on VM group. Group type, I have selected a department, but if you want to select any other group type, then you can create the group type as well and then select that group type here as well. So I have selected the default one because I'm not bothering about the group type, whatever it can be, because as of now for demonstration purpose I am not thinking about the segregation and the cleanup things. Okay, so in policy, so hope you remember that in step 1 we have created a policy which we named that as vcnodes underscore policy. So in this policy I have selected this one. click on this down arrow button, and let's see what all policy options are there. So these are the vCenter, VROPS default policies, which comes when you deploy the VROPS appliance. So this is a default policy which is by default active. So it has all the, you can say, the options, all the matrix collection, which matrix you need you need to collect, or which matrix can be collected or not. So all the control has in this default policy. So what I have done is, rather than selecting this default policy, I have selected VC nodes policy. Why? Because in the default policy, automation option is not supported. So guys, this can be very dangerous, you know. Make it a note that if you select a default policy here, okay, so if you select the default policy here, and if you change the default policy parameters for the automation, so note that wherever this default policy is selected, so everywhere virtual machines will be powered on. Okay, so if you are changing, I'm repeating, if you are changing automation action in the default policy, all the virtual machines which comes under this default policy will be powered on. So best practice is create a custom group, create a new policy for the automation, and then enable the automation in that policy. Okay, so don't change the automation option in the default policy or the policy which is right now active in your VROPS. Okay, so same I have done is I have created a new custom group and selected the VC nodes underscore policy which I have created. So I will enable the automation action in this policy. Okay, so down here, as you can see, I have not selected any dynamic criteria, because I know the virtual machines which are critical and which needs to be powered on at all time. Okay, so that's why I have not specified any dynamic criteria. I hope that you know what does it mean, and if not, that I have given a link to create a custom group, how to create a custom group and what is that, so you can see on my post, or there are multiple VMware documentation on that, what is custom group, how to custom group, create a custom group and all. Okay, so leave the dynamic criteria as of now, and I have included two virtual machines which you can see here. Let me just scroll it down. So in the custom group there are two options, object to always include and exclude. So obviously I want to include, so I will click on these arrow buttons, and I can see that there are two virtual machines I can see in this group which I have added manually. So our focus will be on these two virtual machines, that if these two virtual machines is going to be down or are shut down, then instantly make it powered on. Okay, without any action, without any approval, without asking from anybody. So this is my custom group. I have done nothing other than adding these two virtual machines manually. So not to exclude, not to assign custom properties. Okay, so I have not changed anything. I can select OK, or let's cancel it. Okay, so where are we now? We have created a policy, we have created a custom group, and now create a symptom definition, guys. Click on alerts, expand the alert setting, symptom definition. Okay, so symptom definition is simply, you can click on plus and then you can see what options is it asks, and you can fill it accordingly. If you need any help in creating a symptom definition, you can refer to the VMware documentation, or you can comment on my blog. I'll surely help you out how to create a symptom definition, but I think it will be clear automatically when I show you this created symptom definition. So I have created this power status. When you click on pencil button to edit this, I'll show you. So this is the symptom definition. So it asks that what is the base virtual machine. Yeah, so basically let me show you the interface when you click on plus button. So that will be, I think, bit easier for you to understand. Okay, so this is the same page which we get here. Okay, so click on edit. So this is a base object type. What is this is virtual machine. I mean, the action which is going to be taken what is that object? Is that VM? Is the data store? Is that ESXi host? What is that? So in our case, it is obviously virtual machine which we want to power on, right? So I have selected the matrix. If you search the power metric here, let me correct that. Yeah. So if you select the power button, not button, type the power here and power on. Okay, drag this metric from here to here. So you will see these options, but these will be blank. So I have given the name of this symptom definition, that is power status. So is info, warning, immediate, critical, whatever you want to select. I select less critical because this is a critical machine and the symptom is critical, it is powered off. So when metric is what? Is 0. 0 means power off and 1 means powered on. So when metric is 0 means when metric is powered off. Okay, hope you're understanding this. So when virtual machine power status metric is powered off. Okay, so this is the symptom. Click on save or cancel. So this is the symptom definition. Just create it and I will link all these components with each other. That will create a complete automation process. So where are we now? Now create a recommendation. Let's create a recommendation. Recommendation is just to show a message on the virtual machine summary page in VROPS that it is powered off and it needs to be powered on. Let's power it on or whatever you want to. Okay, so here is the recommendation page. You can click on plus icon to create a recommendation page. So in this new recommendation, you just you can mention everything. I mean anything you want. Let's not to create one. Modify this one. It open the same page. I have write down here. I have written down here. This VM must be powered on. That is why powering it back on. Okay. I have selected the adapter type. This is a vSender adapter. And I have selected the action power on VM. So guys, this action is the default action. I don't have any privilege to create any action here. These are the actions which are already defined by the VMware, which are supported in the VROPS to perform on the vCenter server. So what our purpose is? Our purpose is to power on the VM. So I have selected the action power on VM. Okay, so this is the recommendation page. So every time you need to select vCenter adapter here. This is the recommendation page and either click on save and cancel. In my case I'll select cancel because all set is here. So now go to action. So where are we guys now? So we have created the recommendation as well. Now create a alert definition. So before creating this alert definition, let's verify something. So this is the action. These are the default action. I have not created it, so these were already here. As you can see, I don't have any plus icon as well, and I hope in your vCenter server as well there is no plus icon. So in this power on VM, you can see one recommendation is linked. Okay, this recommendation, I hope you remember we created. And now if you go to the recommendation tab, click on the recommendation, and so this has one alert definition, vCNOS automation. So these three buddies are linked now, right? I hope in alert definition you remember where we have selected this this recommendation, right? I would like to show you once again. Click on vCNOS alert definition and click here. So this is the alert definition, guys. So this is the symptom and this is the recommendation. We created these two. So if you expand the symptom here, okay, so this symptom power status, so I hope you remember that we have created it, right? So how you can add it, let me show you. Let me enlarge the screen here. So to add it, you need to click on this add symptom definition and then go to this filter icon and then type power. So this screen is bit shorter here. Let me maximize it if I can. Just a minute. Okay, so as you can see that after filtering the power status came up, just drag it here. It will add this symptom into the select definition and say for recommendation. The recommendation which we created, what was that? That was must be powered on. Oh, it is not showing because it is already linked, right? Just search it here and drag it here. Okay, and then click on save or cancel. I will cancel it because it is already there. Okay, so alert definition, symptom definition, and recommendation and action. I hope these all are clear now. If you have any doubt in anything, just comment me. I always says don't feel shy to comment out, don't feel shy to ask. Okay, our next step is alert definition. As I have shown you that how you can create alert definition, it is pretty straightforward process. So if you click on edit button, then again I'm repeating same thing. Give the name, give the base object type, which is virtual machine, alert impact like health, what kind of alert it is, then add symptom definition as I have shown you, and then add recommendation as I have shown you. Okay, so we are done with this step. Step number 5 is completed. Now enable the automation in created policy in step 1. So now modify the policy and enable the automation, guys. Let's see how you can do it. Here we go. So in the administration, you click on policies, and the policy which remember guys, until and unless you will not enable this policy, it will not come up here. Okay, so it will come up here. So because we create this policy from this policy library page by clicking the plus icon. So if you scroll this down, you will see because I have created this under the default policy, so it will show here. So click on VC notes underscore policy and then click on pencil button. So as you can see here, I have not done anything other than this. Let me scroll down. Yeah, alert and symptom, and what I have done is, so in this alert and symptom definition page in policy, select the object type. So for what we are doing all this stuff for the virtual machine, right? And object is virtual machine. So search virtual here. Automatically virtual machine will come up, and then select virtual machine. And what is the name? So the name is if I set the power, yeah, VC nodes hyphen automation, right? So this was the alert definition. I hope you remember, guys, which we created, right? So select it and make sure this automate column is selected to local, right? So if it is not, then you need to check here and then local, right? So this can be an issue with your VROPS interface, that it is not allowing you to click on enable here. So that that is a different issue altogether. So if you face such issues, then let me know. We'll help to solve this, right? So click on VC Nodes automation here, and then make sure that your apply policy to group is the group which you created on very first step, that is custom group. Second step, my mistake. Okay, so this is the always on VM group I have selected. That what does it mean? It does mean that the policy which I have created or which I am creating will be applicable only on this group. Okay, so just after doing all these sections, click on save or cancel, because mine is already set up, so I cancel it. Now this is a time for demonstration, guys. Okay, so let me go to my vCenter server, and here as you can see that I have two virtual machines. One is Infoblox and second is DB-01A, which I added into my custom group. Now remember one thing, the virtual machine which I will be adding in my custom group in VROPS, only supported virtual machines will be for automation. Okay, so it doesn't mean that if I haven't added APP01A, it will also come up automatically with the VROPS automation now. So only these two virtual machines will be powered on automatically in the vCenter server. Okay. So let's take an example that due to any reason this Infoblox virtual machine is down. Okay. So let's down it. Just shut down it. And let's see if my VROPS enable it or not. So initiate guest OS shutdown completed. Refresh the stage to confirm that it is actually shut down. Let's hit refresh 3 or 4 times. Okay, it is powered off. Now go to VROPS and see what it says. Go to alert, guys. See what it is saying, that Infoblox automation alert is there, but at the same time bulb is not blinking, bulb is off, alert is inactive. Why? Because okay guys, so after taking a few minutes, as you can see here that this virtual machine is powered on again, okay, by the service account on the VROPS server. Okay, so let's see the artifacts here, that VROPS actually powered it back on. So if you click on the administration here, okay, just go to the history tab and then click on recent task. So you will see here that this virtual machine is powered on by the automated action of the VROPS here. Okay, so it actually takes a few minutes. See, by default the collection time of VROPS from the vCenter is 5 minutes, so it may takes up to 5 minutes to check the current state of the virtual machine and to take the appropriate action according to the alert definition and the symptom definition you have created in the VROPS. Okay guys, so this was all the demonstration of power on automation from the VROPS. In my next video you will see that how you can automate the same power on operation without the VROPS, because it is quite obvious that you don't have VROPS in your place. So in that case you can also do it without VROPS. So keep watching my videos guys. Just remember 3 things: subscribe my channel, like my video, and be happy. Good day.